Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're all having a really wonderful weekend so far. Thank you so much for tuning in today and for being such a powerful co-creative part of our YouTube community here. If you do enjoy and resonate with the energy of my channel, I invite you to subscribe, because when you subscribe, not only do you get notified when there's new content and readings, but also subscribing and liking videos are a form of energy exchange, and this tends to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you, not only here in this video, but in future reading videos as well. So I am going to go ahead and get started by shuffling the cards here. But there are a couple dynamics that have come through here right away. And the first one, this was a bit of a channel download that I received prior to doing this reading. And it was that, and this is going to sound so strange, so if this is connecting for you, let me know. I will do my best to put it into words, but I'm picking up on someone who is coming up as being this visual of a bridge. So you often play this role automatically of being a bridge in the lives of others, helping them to bridge to higher realities, higher versions of themselves, even helping them to bridge into soulmate relationships or meaningful connections. So this can look differently from person to person, but the very specific example that I was given is of someone who would feel as though they were meeting, and this is going to be so specific, this might just apply to one person, but someone who would feel like they would meet a person in some kind of a dating or romantic context, and maybe they would casually date that person or talk to them or have them in their life for a period of time, and then that person would disconnect, or that connection would be disconnected in some way, but they would go on to almost immediately lock in a harmonious soulmate connection, maybe even a twin flame connection, or some kind of romantic long-term relationship. Now, if this has happened for you, this is most likely very confusing, because you might be wondering, why did I meet this person? Or maybe it's someone you reconnected with, had this spark with, had this connection with, enjoyed your time with them, and then suddenly they would disconnect and they would be in some long-term harmonious romantic relationship of some kind with someone else. And for the specific person I'm speaking to, I feel like this is something that's happened to you more than once. Now, of course, if it's not resonating in that exact way, it may be that you act as a bridge in other ways, and it doesn't have to be romantic. These could be friends, coworkers, family members, people that you somehow bridge into a higher reality or a higher version of themselves through your interactions with them. But my guides keep emphasizing that this happens really automatically, that you and the other person are most likely not consciously aware that this is going on while it's happening. But I'm also getting that on a soul level, you are actually called in. I'm seeing someone who calls a doctor or calls some kind of professional. It's like souls and higher selves of others that you connect with call you in at that higher self soul level for a specific purpose into their lives. So If this reading is connecting with you, you are most likely someone who experiences a lot of spontaneous or serendipitous meetings where you are connecting with certain people or individuals, romantically or platonically, without really understanding how or why the two of you were connected. But there is a reason. There's a higher level spiritual reason to every connection that enters your life. Every connection in your life currently or in the past or future is highly intentional. But another message I was picking up as well is that if you are in the dating world or you are someone who's romantically available or single, you might find that at times others mistake the purpose you are meant to play in their life. This, I guess, could happen even if you are in a relationship and maybe you're in a romantic relationship, but there's someone who develops feelings for you who you consider to be a friend. And the reason that this occurs sometimes is because all of your connections are so highly intentional and carry such a high level spiritual purpose that many people don't know how to interpret consciously. And so they will think to themselves, this just feels deep, it feels meaningful, it feels highly charged with spiritual energy, and they might actually mistake that for inherently meaning that this is meant to be a romantic connection, when it may just be the case that you were called into their life by their higher self to bridge them, to activate them to this higher level of consciousness or this higher version of themselves. Now, of course, only you can know how this is connecting. And I do feel this is one of those readings that might resonate with a very select group of people here on the channel. And as I always say, really, it's your intuition that holds all of the answers for you. And it's my goal through these readings to channel information, and I call them threads of energy that you can pick up intuitively and weave together in a way that confirms what your intuition already knows. Now, I strongly just saw someone watching you through a virtual medium, so through social media, online, and I'm getting that this person is a silent observer. Who is this silent observer? Okay, we have the cards winter and feminine. So they are in the winter and you are in the feminine. And there seems to be this huge crevasse or this disconnect. I'm literally seeing this cliff, this crack in the earth in a way, and two cliff sides that are really far apart from each other. Maybe this is a landscape that someone's familiar with in their area, but this is someone in the winter. They might live in the southern hemisphere, so they might literally be in the season of winter. But this also could, I heard the name Gregory for someone. This could be someone who feels metaphorically in a winter. There's something about their heart that is very cold. If they're in a relationship, this is not someone they feel they can really open their heart with. There also seems to be some potential issue around trust with that person. And yet, again, that will only apply if they are in a relationship. That might not be relevant for you. But during this winter, this individual is healing. I feel like they may have disconnected from you, whether it's a friend or a romantic situation. I do feel it's romantic for many of you. I heard the word blue. Maybe the color blue is significant to someone. I'm seeing pine trees. I'm also getting something about the Pacific Northwest in the United States, if that's relevant for someone. But I feel like this is someone who felt they had to physically disconnect from you in order to heal something about themselves, but they were very silent about their reasoning. They didn't really communicate why they left or why they disconnected, but really it was for the purpose of healing something that they felt they needed to heal. But I'm also getting that for some of them, they may have fallen into some kind of new romantic connection that to them feels like settling. Wow, I'm getting so many goosebumps. Again, this will only resonate if they are in a new relationship, but they feel like they're settling with this person. This may be someone they feel like they could really settle down with, where they feel very comfortable around them. And in that sense, it almost provides this cozy, comfortable space for them to heal in. But I'm hearing it's a trap. It's almost like their soul is trying to tell them it's a trap, in the sense that there is the risk that they will trap themselves into a connection that feels cozy and comfortable and allows them to heal, yes, but where they become complacent and cold and they allow themselves to settle. For some reason, I heard something about soup going cold, but that's also because there's soup on the healing card. Maybe someone's been cooking soup recently, but yeah, that soup that they were utilizing to help heal them is going cold. It's almost like the risk here is that even when the healing has completed, they're still going to remain complacent and settle into something that was only meant to be a brief, temporary, like a safe house, a safe haven, a space for healing, staying past its expiry, staying past when you've outgrown it. Maybe I'm speaking to some aspect of your inner self as well, because I could be speaking to someone who might be getting this message from their guides, that maybe they're becoming a little bit complacent in some kind of a cozy, settled energy. But I'm hearing lethargy, like feeling low energy, becoming settled, but not allowing themselves to expand into what's next, beyond that space of healing. Again, this might not be resonant for you. I'm seeing a sunset also. Maybe the sun is setting on some chapter of your life or on this person's life, and it's getting colder, just like it gets colder with sunset. They're in the middle of that winter, feeling cold, but still settled into something. Feeling some kind of hesitation, but there's also mirroring here taking place. So maybe the two of you are mirroring one another in some kind of way. Or I'm hearing that they're trying to mirror you, trying to match your energy. Maybe this is someone who felt left out of your life, or felt like they weren't worthy of you, or like they weren't good enough for you. And so they perceived some kind of rejection from you, whether that was real or not. And now it's like they're trying to mirror back that perceived rejection by behaving in a cold manner and settling into something that is putting them in this complacent space. And I want to know more about what this hesitation is. But you're here in your feminine energy. So for most of you listening, you will probably resonate more with your divine feminine. So I will be probably putting the term divine feminine in the title of this video, just so you can more easily find it in the algorithm. Caring connections reversed. I'm hearing I found everything I wasn't given externally within myself. So you might be in this state of, I'm hearing spoiling yourself, really nurturing yourself, giving yourself the love, the care, the affection that you used to so heavily seek externally from others. And yet there's some kind of separation with a counterpart or a twin flame here, with the yin yang card reversed. This is my number one twin flame card in the deck. So although this may not be a twin flame situation for you personally, I do feel I'm speaking to many twin flames who are in some mode of separation currently. Again, trying to focus on finding this, well, I said trying, but really succeeding at finding this sense of nurturing within the self. It's almost like a divine feminine here took everything that she wanted externally from a masculine in her life and learned how to show up in that way for herself, which, by the way, is a really powerful way to balance your internal divine feminine and divine masculine, which really creates this powerful foundation for manifesting in your life, because everything in nature is really made up of the merging, the combination of divine feminine and divine masculine energy. So when you merge those aspects of yourself internally, you are rendered extremely powerful as a manifester, as the magician of your life, if we're referring to the magician card from the traditional tarot. There's been some kind of intuitive breakthrough around value, perceived value, abundance versus lack mentality. This may look differently from person to person. You might be on this path of just intuitively more and more realizing your profound value, something about how you create value in the world. Maybe something that you do looks one way on the surface, but the way you're providing value is actually something that's not visible to the human eye, but that's felt by the soul. So I know we're speaking in kind of high level terms here, but for example, you might do something in a career where your job looks one way, but really the reason you are so valued at that workspace is because of the energy that you're bringing to the group or bringing to the environment. Although no one may recognize that consciously in human terms. And of course, you can apply this to absolutely any area of your life, but it's almost like what you perceive to be or what looks to be on the surface, your value, is actually not even scratching the surface of what powerful effect your energy is having in that space, within that career, in that business, whatever it is for you. So I'm going to be reshuffling here, and I want to see if I can pull more love-related messages for you to close out the reading. But first, I also want to share with you my personal, most powerful tool for manifesting in my own life, and these are subliminals. Subliminals are audio meditation tracks that contain unconscious spoken affirmations, and the powerful thing about these affirmations is, unlike traditional spoken affirmations, subliminals contain affirmations embedded within other sounds, tones, and frequencies, and this allows them to bypass the conscious filter of the mind and make deeper, more lasting impressions on the subconscious mind, which research has shown it's actually our subconscious that controls 95% of our thoughts, actions, and outcomes in life. So of course, when we shift and reprogram the subconscious mind, we can manifest very quickly in our lives. I've personally seen this firsthand as I started using subliminals several years ago and began immediately feeling perceptible shifts within myself and seeing those shifts manifested in so many ways in my life. So because I became so passionate about them, I am now sharing my own personal library of subliminals with all of you through my app, Sound and Soulful. So as you can see on the screen, on this app, I have over 130 subliminals for essentially every area of life. There are subliminals for physical appearance changes, for mood shifts, for mindset, energy clearing, love and relationships, and so much more. Now, my number one current favorite subliminal that I would most highly recommend if you're just getting started is my subliminal called Love Magnetism, because this is designed to clear out any blockages you might be storing within any of the 7 chakra centers related to unconditional love, and to help you magnetize your frequency with that unconditional love energy, which is so powerful, not just for manifesting a deeper bond with a specific person, although it can be used for that purpose, but also for attracting in love, positive attention, and positive outcomes in every area of your life. So the link to download the Sound and Soulful app is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. You can also find it by searching Sound and Soulful in either the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. And when you sign up for a 7-day free trial account, you get access to every subliminal I've created in 10 different background sound options. You can read the affirmations while you are listening, and you can even create your own custom private playlists. So again, the link to download the app is in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. Okay, so let's dive into this person's mind and heart who's been coming up in this reading, maybe in some kind of a situation where they're settling, where they've become complacent. They might be behaving in a cold way towards you, but this also can represent how they're feeling about their current closest connection. So they don't really feel like there's anyone in their life that they can really be warm with and open up with. Here we have the crown chakra activation and door to romance reversed. So this person is going through a powerful spiritual activation, but it had to occur through some romantic door being closed. And I feel that for most of you, this romantic door was actually closed between the two of you. So we also have the card travel in the reverse position. This may be literal. Maybe you are someone who is enjoying moving around, traveling, and this person didn't want that kind of lifestyle. Or maybe this represents that there was a physical distance between the two of you, and so they justified disconnecting because of that distance and not wanting to travel that literal distance. But this could also be symbolic. This may simply mean that you are traveling through timelines. You are constantly evolving. You are this spiritual timeline traveler, so to speak. I might put that in the title of a video sometime. Spiritual timeline traveler. That's just such a great term. I feel like that really describes some of how you've been so perpetually expanding, evolving, shifting onto higher and higher timelines. And this also means that at times it's difficult for other people to keep up with you if they are not equally committed to their own expansion into higher timelines. And so that might be what occurred with this person. We also have the community card. So maybe they wanted to build a stronger sense of physical community where they are currently. And if they locked in some kind of new other relationship, this was a relationship that felt more connected with their physical community, or maybe connected them in with some kind of community that they desired. I'm hearing it's more about the community than it is about the person they're with. So if they are with someone, it's almost like they feel cold emotionally towards this person themselves, but this person somehow offers them a wider community of people physically. It's like this person benefits them in some way or provides them. Maybe it's their friend group. Maybe they're a very social person. And so by dating or being connected with them, they're able to have friends or a social life or a community by default. Maybe it's just that it's a more conventional connection of some kind. We also have the card journal. maybe this is you if you've been journaling recently. This also could be this person journaling or maybe just mentally processing things, processing really this spiritual activation that's taking place, although they might not really be aware that that's what it is. I'm also sensing that they are going to be learning some major lessons here with the lessons and outcome card. They might be learning lessons through choices that they made to settle or to become complacent. And they're going to see how this leads ultimately to undesirable outcomes. And I feel that is going to teach them these karmic lessons around not settling or becoming complacent, lessons around choosing what their soul desires over what they feel might benefit them in the moment. I also do have to say that it feels like there's an element of manipulation here, although it might be very subtle, where again, they seem to be possibly with someone or connecting with something because of how it benefits them, because of what it provides them in the physical in terms of community, rather than truly desiring that other person and a relationship with them on a deeper soul level. So there is that kind of subtle manipulation taking place here that I feel is going to bring undesirable outcomes and ultimately allow them to learn some kind of lesson here. So wow, very interesting reading today. I feel like this is one of those readings that is most likely very specific to a certain group of people. So only take it if it does resonate with you and leave whatever doesn't connect here. But I am going to be closing this message out. So if you do align with my energy, of course, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, where I post more energy updates, inspiration, and information to uplift your day. And if you would like to utilize these subliminals I've created to reprogram your subconscious mind and manifest in your life, the link to download my subliminals app, Sound and Soulful, is in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. Otherwise, I am sending you all so much love and light energy. Have a beautiful remainder of your day and weekend, and I will connect with you here again in the next video.